Hey everyone, my name is Bailey. For those of you that don't know, I am the GigabitNow City Manager here in Fullerton, California. Thank you again for coming back to our IGTV series covering the Fullerton Fiber City. This week I will be going over just the benefits of fiber all around and what GigabitNow is doing in Fullerton. If you didn't catch last week's video, I would strongly recommend going back and watching it after this one. It'll help connect the dots between what the Fullerton Fiber City is, who GigabitNow is, and the benefits of fiber, and why you should be excited that you live in Fullerton. In last week's video, I mentioned briefly what fiber is. So as a reminder, fiber is a teeny tiny glass wire protected and covered by a hard plastic sheath. That glass wire allows for a large amount of light frequencies to pass through it. Because of that, our data is transferred at an incredibly fast rate. It is literally the speed of light. GigabitNow fiber internet is not only awesomely fast, it is incredibly reliable. Fiber doesn't corrode, it's not affected by weather, and also fiber does not carry electric currents. Meanwhile, cable and DSL both are prone to these things. Throughout this video, I'll mention things about DSL and cable, and that is just to further your understanding of the differences between the three. So now let's talk about what you can expect when you become a GigabitNow customer. Number 1, you can expect unlimited bandwidth. That means that you can use your internet as much as you'd like, and there's not going to be a point in the month where your bill is higher than other months just because you were using the internet. Number 2, you will have symmetrical upload and download speeds. This, in simple terms, basically means that your upload and your download will be equal. And remember, uploading is just as important as downloading. Unfortunately, cable and DSL both have limitations here as well. They can't allow for symmetrical speeds, so you will absolutely feel the difference in your internet speeds when you become a GigabitNow customer. Number 3, along with your unlimited bandwidth and your symmetrical speeds, gigabit fiber internet has low latency, which will allow for a quality connection, and it'll create a seamless experience when using your smart devices. This is super important for when you're video chatting, you're on your phone calls, you're trying to connect to work from home, even your video games. And again, DSL and cable struggle here as well. You still aren't quite sure that GigabitNow fiber internet is right for you and your home, I'll remind you of the price. $60 a month will get you 250 megabits per second, and there's no contracts. If you need more than that, we're providing an entire gig to homes for only $79 a month, again, with no contracts. And this includes all of the benefits I've already talked about in this video. I don't know about you, but I have cable right now at my home, and I'm paying about that much. So this is a fantastic new option. You're gonna get fantastic, awesomely fast internet, and you're going to be paying about as much as you do now. Fullerton residents frequently ask me how many megabits per second they need for their home and what the heck is a megabit per second. I like to remind folks that it is absolutely normal to not know the answers to this question and to ask it, so it's great that they're even asking. I like to compare our home internet to our cars. We expect it to get us from point A to point B, and we rely on our cars every single day. But if asked to pop the hood, the large majority of us typically can't tell much about what's going on under the hood. Same with your home internet. We rely on it every single day to help us work, stream, learn, game, whatever. We need internet. But yet, if you were asked the ins and outs of internet and what all these terms mean, likely you won't even know. So it's great that you're asking. So it's quite simple. Megabits per second, gigabits per second, they're just measurements of speed. So the more megabits per second you have, the faster your internet is. And don't forget, 1 gig or gigabit is equal to 1,000 megabits per second. So GigabitNow is offering 250 megabits per second, or a gig, which is essentially 1,000 megabits per second. So the amount of speed your home needs is solely dependent on usage. The more users you have on one network, or better known as your Wi-Fi, the slower your internet will run because it's divided among multiple internet users at once. So at this point, I would usually recommend that the resident evaluates their home usage. How many people are in the home and how many people are using smart devices at once. This includes your TVs, your phones, your laptops, your iPads, even video games. It all counts. To make things even easier, here's a breakdown of how each device uses the internet on average. First, we'll start by breaking down the bigger devices in your home. So you have your TVs, your laptops, your video games, things like that. They eat up a lot all at once. So these items usually run best when they're on average using 30 to 50 megabits per second. So let's quickly do some simple math. 3 of those devices could use up to 150 megabits per second right there. Don't forget about the little stuff. It all adds up. I'm talking about your phone, your house cameras, your baby monitors, your doorbells, even your light bulbs. The list goes on and on. These all run from 1 to 12 megabits per second in order to deliver 100% of their features. So now with all of that said, if you're running about 10 devices, and that includes everything small, even your baby monitors, up to everything large like your TVs or even your smart refrigerators, and you maybe have about 4 people in your home, I would personally recommend considering getting a gig for your home. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. The ultimate goal was to cover the benefits of fiber and of course what GigabitNow is bringing to Fullerton. So if you have any questions at all after watching this video, please leave a comment, we will respond. Or direct message us at Fullerton Fiber on Instagram or Facebook. You can even pick up the phone and call our customer service line. We are here to help and we are here to answer questions. As I conclude this video, I just want to remind you all once again that this fully 100% fiber optic network is being built right now exclusively for the city of Fullerton. So if you're excited and want to be a GigabitNow customer, I recommend pre-registering. Pre-registration is free, hold your spot in line, and all we need from you is your address, your name, and your email. And we will reach out to you when your property is ready to connect. Visit our website at gigabitnowfullerton.com to pre-register. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.